Welcome to another video from explainingcomputers.com and to another of my 6 monthly-ish channel updates where I give you a bit of background about what's going on with me and the channel. Now, I'm posting this video on the 1st of January 2017, which I hope is going to be my second year of weekly videos. I managed weekly videos throughout 2016, didn't think I'd make it at some point, but I did, and I very much hope to continue doing that throughout 2017. So I hope at least the news of weekly videos for another year you'll find as a good thing to reflect on at the start of the year. Anyway, to make this video slightly more interesting, I thought I'd go and record some of it on location. So, here I am, sitting on a log looking out over the lake in my local park. Why am I out in my local park, you cry? Well, I can show you some nice shots of nature, and I also think it's nice for those of us who spend far too much time playing with computers and using computers to get out into the real world now and then. More significantly, I'm here because I can be here, by which I mean for most of this year I've not been able to get out and walk. As you might remember from my previous update back in June, in February I broke a bone in my foot, and it was quite a bad break, and it kept going on and not mending, and 17 weeks after the break it was still broken when they did the x-rays. And in the end I gave up on the medical profession, who were telling me things like, well, maybe your bone's always been in that position, maybe it's always been twisted around the side, which of course it never had been. And I basically spent 10 weeks not going anywhere really, and just staying at home and staying off the foot, and eventually the bone started to heal. And by September they could show me an x-ray, it was looking pretty good. And by about 2 or 3 weeks ago, into the mid-November, I was starting to walk a bit better. It's not fully fixed because I've still got the bone in the wrong position. It's not going to fix itself. I'm still going to have things cut out the side of my shoes to make things work. I could still have surgery. They're still saying they could do surgery maybe in March 2017. But to be honest, I think I've now accepted that's not going to happen. It's a question of, do they cut me or do I cut my shoes? And in the end, I'm going to be cutting my shoes for the rest of my life. I have a suspicion that's what's going to happen. Anyway, that lack of activity has affected the channel this year. There's a reason for me telling you this, because I had hoped to get out on location several times this year to trade shows and computer events and things and film. And again, those have been cancelled. And I hope in 2017 they won't be cancelled. I will be able to bring a bit more variety, a bit more outside world to the channel. Now, another thing that's been dominating my time in the sort of second half of 2016 has been this, which is my 12th book, 3D printing, 3rd edition. It's finally out. You might remember I talked about this in some of my videos, particularly my Linux Week diary, and I think, in fact, there was a diagram, wasn't there? I should have prepared, but I haven't prepared. But there we are, somewhere in here, I think, if I can find it. Where is it? Well, I'm not going to find. There it is. Look, there's the diagram I drew in my Linux Mint video. If you can see it there, it's actually in the final book. So a bit of Linux made it in here. Now, this I thought I mentioned partially because I've done a lot of videos on 3D printing on my Explaining the Future channel, and I've been thinking, should I do some videos on 3D printing on the Explaining Computers channel? So I'd be interested in your view on that. Would you like to talk about 3D printing on this channel? This is also significant because this has taken a lot of time in 2016, and next year I'm writing a book on computing, a book I was starting to prepare back in 2015, and I had to write this one first. But next year my book is all going to be about the future of computing. It's got a really exciting title, so exciting I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but it's about the future of computing and robots and AI, and inevitably some of the stuff I will research and prepare for that 2017 book will make it onto this channel. Now, third thing I wanted to mention in terms of the channel, beyond my foot and beyond the fact this has kept me away from it, is the fact that about a year ago, or just over a year ago, I sat in my old office in the University of Nottingham and had a list of things I hoped to do on the channel this year. And I think, by and large, I've done pretty well. We've had a whole range of videos. I've got a little list here of all the things that have happened. And, you know, we've had videos on all sorts of things. Things from, as it says here, Linux to the Latte Panda, MDIS to monitors, video editors to robots, AIs to i7s, and of course lots of videos on the Raspberry Pi. Loads and loads and loads of videos on the Raspberry Pi. They are popular. Now, in terms of the videos this year, it's been clear some have been very successful, some haven't. The Raspberry Pi cooling videos I never expected to happen. But people made requests, and I'm happy that people make requests to videos, and they went, oh yes, I'll try a Raspberry Pi cooling video, and another one, and another one, and another one. They were very successful. The Latte Panda was completely unexpected. I was sent that by a company. They said, you want to look at the Latte Panda Windows 10 single board computer? Yes, please, looked at that. It's been very successful. I'll go back to the Panda next year. That leads me to the issue of doing videos which are based upon a product review, where someone approaches me, offers me a product, and I actually do something with it. And I've done a few of those this year. I'm offered a lot of products now. I'm probably offered hardware or software 2 or 3 times a week. And by and large, I turn them down because here's an offer for your viewers, and I know it's just not going to interest you on the channel. But sometimes I have taken those, I've reviewed various keyboards and things like that, and I've had different levels of comment on that. Some people like it, some people don't. So I would be interested in your feedback on, should I continue to do product reviews? Should I limit it? I'll clearly do things like single board computers because I know people tend to like those, but other than that, maybe I should stop doing it. So there's 2 things to ask you about in terms of future content on the channel. Should I do 3D printing, and should I continue to do videos based upon product reviews? Now, back in December 2016, when this channel went weekly and I made my first update like this, in addition to talking about the sort of videos I was going to be making, I set myself a personal target, which was to reach 100,000 subscribers on the Explaining Computers channel. And I always thought that would be a difficult thing to do, but as many of you know, back in September 2016, I hit 100,000 subscribers on this channel. So a very, very enormous number of thanks to all of you who've subscribed to the channel and continue to subscribe and have enjoyed the channel and who make comments and do likes, all that stuff. It is really appreciated, everything you've done to help me build this channel. I think it's changed so much since a year ago, partially because the subscribers have gone up. We're heading towards 120,000 I think now as I make this video, but it's really altered the nature of it to see so many positive comments and the way it's built up. Now, as you probably also know, YouTube gives you an award. You get a silver play button, a sort of plaque about this big with a metal play button in the middle, which is actually silver plated, when you reach 100,000 subscribers. But as you probably also heard, these can take a while to arrive. Now, I'm pleased to report that I hit my 100,000 subscribers in September 2016. On the 30th of November, I got a notification, as you're supposed to get, to say, you're going to get this silver play button, please give us details for sending it on. And then it said you should get it within, I think it was 8 to 12 weeks. So I should be getting the silver play button for Explaining Computers sometime in February 2017. And absolutely, when I get that, I will make a special unboxing video of the silver play button, and I'll say a bit more about what it means and how the channel is developing as a community for those of us who have an interest in computers. So thanks again for everyone who's subscribed, who's helped me reach that 100,000 subscribers and more, and I hope this video is assuring you there's going to be more exciting content on the channel in the future. But for now, whilst it is a fairly mild December day out here in the park, I think I'll pass back to myself in the studio, as it were, to tell you a little bit about what's coming up on the channel in the next few weeks. Right, if you are a loyal subscriber watching this video, I thought you might want to know some of the things I know are coming up on this channel in the next few weeks. I have a production slate, a very long production slate here on my tablet of things that might be coming up, and it moves around a bit, but some things are now locked in. In other words, I've shot the videos. So I know that next week there will be a video about the Chip, a $9 single board computer. And then in a couple of weeks after that, I'll be doing a Chip versus Raspberry Pi video. That's an obvious thing to do. Between those two, I'm going to be looking at storage technology again, because I like storage technology. I'm going to be looking at a SATA rack, a trailer SATA rack, and fitting it to the i7 build I did recently, my RenderBox PC. More broadly looking ahead, I will be coming back to Raspberry Pi robotics. I know people like the robotics videos. I left it for far too long, but I'll be coming back more recently than the 2-year gap between robotics 2 and 3 videos. I'll be delving back into Linux, particularly Linux and video editing, and Linux in terms of running Windows applications using things like Wine and Crossover. I want to try out that type of stuff. I'll come back to the Latte Panda. Gotta come back to the Latte Panda, which has been so successful on the channel in 2016, that I'll continue with that. And the other thing I want to do across 2017 is the one thing I failed to do in 2016, which is to make some videos about broader computing topics. Things like big data, AI, Internet of Things, the trends people are talking about, where I've actually made some very successful videos of those sort of trends in the past. For some reason I didn't do it last year. I will be doing it. Sure, I'll be doing it in 2017. But now that's it for this video. I won't ask you to like and subscribe, because if you're watching this, you probably already have. That's why you're here watching this channel update. If you happen to be watching this in early 2017, I wish you a very happy new year. Thanks for watching the channel and staying with the channel, and I hope to talk to you again very soon.